Welcome back, everybody, and thank you for joining us once again at smallcapvoice.com. I am so pleased to be welcoming back to the show a company we spoke with at the end of 2021 in December, RTON Brands Incorporated. They're traded on the OTC under the ticker symbol RTON, and you can see we're joined by the CEO, Jerry Grisaffi. He's located right outside of Dallas right now at the Rowlett location for the company. Jerry and I were just taking a tour of this location. It's exciting. Jerry, we've got a lot to talk about, but before we even do it, let's take a little quick tour for this let's take a tour of your show.
Good morning. Let me get inside. A little noisy outside. Let me just give you the view of a customer walking in the store.
Perfect.
Now he's when he comes in.
And we'll do a tour of the store. I said take a tour of the show, but go ahead, Jerry.
Can you see everything right now?
I sure can.
As you walk in the store, you'll see to the left, you'll see all kinds of products on the wall, different vapes, different gummies, different edibles, some clothing, backpacks on this side.
Yeah, we got the clothing behind you. Let's see what's on the wall. There you go. Now we see the other stuff. Yep.
But we'll get that in a second. As you get here, we have numerous vapes and so-called vapes and vape. We got lots of vapes, believe me. And edibles, we probably have more edibles in our store than most stores anywhere. We got them.
Turn that phone around real quick. Let's turn that phone around and see some of those vapes you were talking about.
Sure. Let's move over here to the vapes. All of these vapes we produce ourselves. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we have some other people's vape, but because public demands, variety, but we have our own vapes that we make ourselves. Delta 8, THCO, THCP, Delta 8 combination with O, HHC, which is a new kid on the block. We've got just about any type vape you want, from a cart to disposables. The disposables are like that one right there. You see it says Endo Gelato. HHCs, those are the carts. But the big sellers right now are the vapes and the edibles. Edibles are just incredible. You have these Delta 9 gummies. How do you sell a Delta 9 in Texas? Well, under the Farm Bill law, we can sell up to dry weight of 3% THC, which makes this product legal. Same way with the drinkable. Now we can't do it in the flower, but here's an endo, we call endo on the go drink infuser. You put that in any drink, you can eliminate your alcohol problem. That'll give you a little good feeling, and don't have to worry about a hangover in the morning. You don't have to worry about liver problems or anything, because there's no alcohol in your system. So this is good. People walk up, and this is a big seller with us, is pre-rolls. Our pre-rolls are ready to go. All they do is pick one up and run. And we sell a lot of pre-rolls. The people love them, and it's just a good thing.
Hey, speaking of selling a lot, you just had April 20th, also known as 420. Your store did amazing business on 420. Is that right, Jerry?
It is amazing. This little store. Now, remember, we're sitting in 550 square feet up front here in the sales area. This store did almost $10,000 in one day.
Outstanding.
Which is a big, big number for that square footage. And we have other product lines. I mean, we have all the CBD. We got all CBD, whatever you want for CBD. We have some great health products for roll-on, for pain. We have creams. We have roll-on. And our opinion is this roll-on is probably the best there is. Anybody that wants to order some, just go online and get it. We have another product called Neuro. This is a THCV product. If you remember the little girl in Colorado that had all the epilepsy, they treated her with THCV. We developed a product with THCV that does some wonderful things. We have pain products. We have CBG, which is the mother cannabinoid. So as I say, we've got the products, complete line of flower. We're probably one of the few CBD type stores, and I don't really want to call us a CBD store because we do so much more than just CBD.
Yeah.
I mean, we have beautiful flower that is infused with Delta 8 or THC or HHC, and we sell a lot of flower. And people like it. They come in, and you keep them from buying illegal products because this is a legal product in the state, and we've got a lot of customers. Since we've opened this store, we have almost 4,000 customers to just this one store.
Well, let's talk about that, Jerry. Let's move into this interview because we've got so much to cover. Because out on April 22nd, listeners, not just this Rowlett location anymore, the company signed they released their 8K about a deal they signed with FMS Franchise. Let's talk about the power of franchising, Jerry.
Well, when I looked at this, what we needed to do, the cost of opening company stores all over the country is just mind-boggling and cost prohibitive for a small company. So I teamed up with FMS, which is a very old franchise company. I think they started around 2009. They've had some big clients, which you can research and see yourself who they are. I met Chris Connor, and I brought him out to the store. I brought his head man Anthony out to the store to look at what we were doing, and they were just amazed. And then I sent them a whole bunch of product just to sample, and they were amazed even more that the product was so good. So we put a deal together where they could be our franchisor and set up everything for us, do all the legal work. They're putting all that together now. Over the next 90 days, we'll probably have all the documents ready. We'll be legal in states that we're going to target. Of course, the two big states we're targeting to start off is Texas and Florida. We believe Texas is so ripe right now because Delta 9 is not legal in Texas yet, except for the edibles by weight. They have a medical marijuana, but I think in the next session we may get it located and done here. And if that's true, I'd like to have a big footprint in the state of Texas with stores all over the state. So when that happens, we'll be ready to really rock.
Well, you're growing in Texas really nicely. As we talk to you and listeners, go back on that press wire. December 21st, you'll find the interview that we did with Jerry talking about the Laredo location that opened up right then. And just before that was the Austin location. So you mentioned that you are focusing on Florida, you're focusing on Texas. You've already got, as I just said, you're establishing a nice footprint in Texas. There's a lot going on with your company in terms of the products that you just showed right now. And you told us how well the business is in Rowlett. What's the locations, or how are the locations in Austin and Laredo doing? Are they being well accepted in those communities?
Absolutely. Laredo just had their 420, and they've only been in about 2.5 months, and they are already look like they'll be hitting the 30,000 a month range. Austin's clicking along. It's doing 25,000 plus a month. They've been there about 6 months, but they're growing every day. They're building a customer base. Once you build your customer base with our products, they're going to keep coming back just like they would a drugstore. They want to come back for their pain product, for their gummies, for their smokes, whatever they're looking for, whatever they like, they'll come back for. So we've really,
go ahead, Jerry.
I said, we've really created a great loyal customer base. And it's like when they walk in there, they're like family when they come in. And that's what we want to instill on the franchisees that are come in. Just because they have money doesn't mean they can be a franchisee. They've got to have the personality. They got to love what they're doing in order to sell these products, because we want everybody to be treated equally in this business.
Yeah, you got to have a passion for it like you do, Jerry. And you mentioned why it's important and some of the advantages of being in Texas with this franchise deal. Let's talk about Florida and what you know about that market. Educate our viewers today.
Now, Florida is a legal state now. We have one franchisee getting ready to go in Florida. They've had trouble with their location and the landlord, but they're about to clear that up now. So hopefully we'll get that store open here in the next 60 days. Florida, I believe, is just like Texas. It's wide open. It can do really well. Almost the same demographics of people. We're excited about Florida and Texas. I think with just those two states alone, we could put a big number of stores in. You know, everybody says, well, you're dreaming if you think you can put 50 stores in Texas. And I'm telling them that's not a big number. When you got companies out there like American Shaman have over 500 stores. And I don't want to compare products, but go in their store and then come to our store. I always want to put it out there like, hey, I'll put mine up against yours and I won't say a word. You tell me what you like the best. And we've got that now. We've got a great footprint. We've got a great product, and I'll put our product against anybody's. And certainly, we give away a lot of stuff, just samples, because if you give it away and they taste it, they're going to come back because our product is so good. They will come back.
Well, let's talk a little bit about then those results. When you talk about loyalty, when you talk about the passion from your franchisees, it's all got to hit the bottom line. So you did, your fiscal year end was March 31st. Your sales exceeded over $1 million. Let's talk a little bit about those numbers and those drivers. And then what do you expect this time next year at March 31st?
You know, we did right at around $1 million, a little over $1 million for the first full year, and coming off of COVID where we absolutely did nothing. The cash flow is really good. It's enabled us to we eliminated all of our toxic debt. We only have like one real note out there left. We have very little debt. So we're moving good. The store and the profits are really well to turn this around. I mean, we're cash flowing fairly well. Do we need more capital? Absolutely. As we grow, we're going to need more inventory, and that's a good thing. More inventory, the more you're going to sell. So as we get these stores moving and the cash flow going, because each store is going to be buying directly from the mother company, which is us, because we produce all these products under the Endo brand name. And we actually have some other brands we're bringing in that we're going to be rolling out. We got a brand called Arbit, and Arbit will be a full line too. Let me see if I can show you what Arbit is. It's a pretty cool line too. It'll have a full line of products because people like variety. They like to see other products. So why not create? Do you see what I'm showing you here?
Now I do. Yeah, go ahead and show it again.
That's the Arbit line. It's pretty cool. We got some other products coming under that are going to be neat. And it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, let's talk a little bit about those products a little bit more. So listeners, if you're new, or viewers, if you're new, full line, as we've just seen right now, of beautiful flower. You've got the hemp-based smokables, beverages, tinctures, topical products. I want you to go to rightonbrands.com. I want you to go to endobrands.com. Jerry, back to the question of drivers. Obviously, growth comes at an expense, but it also expands those revenue lines. It expands those different flows from where the money's coming in from each location. I know you can't forecast. I know you don't have a crystal ball, and we live in a world right now where we don't know when COVID's going to spring back up. But as these stores come online, what are you hoping in terms of operations in the next 12 calendar months? How many locations do you think you could potentially open?
I really believe with the products we have in the vision of FMS, I think in Texas alone we could have 25 stores, and I think that's probably on the low end. And they say, "Well, that's pretty big." I said, "You got to realize you have an individual person that's going to go find his location, do his location. All we're going to do now is give him the support and supply him the great product." And that's what we want to do. We want to grow this with a good product and let the franchisee go out there and find his place, and we'll help him and support him and advertise with him and continue to give him good and new products as we move out.
Well, let me give you the summation then. The company's going to be focusing on Texas and Florida. On April 22nd, an 8K came out. You can go to otcmarkets.com or wherever you get your filings and disclosures. The company just had its fiscal year on March 31st, 2021. And in that, they reported revenues in excess of $1 million. Jerry, am I leaving anything on the table? Any closing thoughts or comments for your shareholders right now?
Let me tell you this, and I'll put this up challenge with any other small pink sheet QB company out there that does what we do. Go online, and if you can find another company that has as many products as we have, that you can actually go on, sign up, order your product, and have it within 2 or 3 days, I'll give you your product, because we have more products of everything that you possibly could want under one big website. So go on in there, see what you got. We're here to help you. I'll create a code if anybody's seen it. I'll create one. We'll call it Small small cap one, and that'll get you a 30% discount on anything that's on the website.
Small cap
Small
one.
cap one.
I like it. I like it.
I'll put that in a deal now. So when anybody that's watching this thing can go online, order their product, put in code small cap one, and we'll get it out to you.
Well, as you know, I keep saying listeners as opposed to viewers because Small Cap Voice has been around 22 years and we've been an audio webcast company. I've got a face made for radio, but Jerry's excitement, Jerry's store, his passion, he wanted to get these products out here. Hey, Jerry, thanks so much for your time here today.
One more thing, Stuart. One thing when people come in here, we tell them that this is the field of dreams. And it is. So come on in and share our dream. And I think you'll have a good time.
Outstanding. Well, I want everybody to use that ticker symbol. If you don't know the company, all you need is RTON. This is Stuart Smith saying thanks so much for joining us. For Jerry Grisaffi at Right On Brands. Tune back in next time where I'm sure we'll be at the Austin location. Maybe we'll be at the Laredo location. And soon we'll be talking to Jerry when he's in Florida. For Jerry Grisaffi, this is Stuart Smith saying thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you, everyone.